ค ค From that first day that we met back then, I always knew that I would be on your team. As we move to the future, we can be one. Reach out, it's coming our way. Whenever I see that smiling face, I know that no stumble could get in your way. Though you feel like running without a trace, stay strong and hold on. Oh, on this endless road you run, know I will always offer you safe harbor. So just keep going till you're done. We'll always chase the sun. Let's run. I see you beat yourself up again, so far from the end. You've got a long way to go. And when you reach your limit, decide just to quit. I'll raise you up once more. Whenever I am here beside you, I feel I can fly high in the sky. So don't give up now, we'll make it somehow together. There's so much to explore. If you hide your emotions away, then how will your dreams feel that they can be? Even all time I try to slip right past you, I will be here to dry your tears with a song. Glaze over feelings in your heart. We'll keep on growing for a thanks to friendship. And you can't stop it anymore. So spread your wings and soar. Let your heart roar. I see you beat yourself up again, so far from the end. You've got a long way to go. And when you reach your limit, decide just to quit. I'll raise you up once more. Whenever I am here beside you, I feel I can fly high in the sky. So don't give up now, we'll make it somehow together. There's so much to explore. I'm sure that you'll remember. You'll remember. Please keep your eye on me. Keep your eye on me. When we are young, when we are The playful smile, those earnest eyes, that warm embrace, and that heartwarming meal.
"摘一颗星，追着梦想，装进行囊，弹起吉他，一起歌唱，窥见星光，歌声闪闪发亮，一直到地老天荒。飘舞在风的气息，不去在意，昨日回忆太离奇，超想回应，烦恼没必要在意，太多的 dream， 海浪它会告诉你所有秘密，就让海风吹乱我的头发，所说的话统统不想去回答，思念就用歌声传达，当夕阳落下。 水打湿我的脸颊，人们都追不上我新奇想法，海浪也被歌声融化。当夜幕落下，即刻出发。I will always follow my heart。摘一颗星，背上梦想，闯进行囊，独自流浪，追进夜空，扬帆远航。弹起吉他，跟着星星轻哼唱，歌声闪闪发亮，一直到地老天荒。
Balance must be maintained, and yet destinies remain variable. Sometimes long and short, after left laughter alone, people tend to fear the things that they can't understand. They might look away when they meet me on their way, but I keep smiling 'cause I know we end up the same. Death has its own rules, and yet it's still hard to predict. Remember, no matter what happens, one should never poke fun at death. The way how people live their lives is quite ironical. They seek to ignore hard-headed that someday all is gone. I don't belong between them 'cause I already know that they're swinging candlelight and suddenly go out. It is here that heart and soul are as one like clouds. Death is a constant, for all among the multitudes sit beneath the heavens. I think their lives burn up our lives is quite ironical. So I seek to embrace, but they still someday all is gone. I don't belong between them 'cause I already know that I'm swinging candlelight can suddenly go out. Suddenly go out.
สวัสดีครับผมโอ้ยยาแบบฮีสวัสดีครับทุกคนฮัลโหลเทสไมค์แป๊บหนึ่งนะจ๊ะวันนี้ผมน่าจะไม่ได้เปิดเว็บแคมนะเฮ้เปิดดีไหมวะเปิดหน่อยก็แล้วกันตอนรีแอคชั่นอันแน่มาแล้วผมว่าอยู่ด้านซ้ายตรงกลางเนี่ยแหละโอเคน่าจะดีที่สุดโอเคครับวันนี้เรามาดูนี่ครับสเปเชียลโปรแกรมกันเดี๋ยววันนี้ผมจะเก็บโค้ดไว้ในโน้ตนี่นะใช่ทุกคนผมมีอะไรจะประกาศนิดหน่อยก็คือไอช่องรองผมช่อง Nix Genshin เนี่ยตอนนี้เรียกว่าไงอ่ะมันถึงระดับที่แบบสามารถลงโพสได้เลยถ้าเกิดใครติดตามช่องรองผมนะผมมีลงโพสไปบ้างแล้ว2 อันไอช่องนี้เนี่ยมันจะเป็นช่องแบบภาษาอังกฤษแบบ Exclusive หมดเลยนะคอนเทนต์ที่ผมทำส่วนใหญ่เป็นเพลงนะแต่ว่าจะเป็นแบบภาษาอังกฤษหมดเลยนะครับใช่ทุกคนก็น่าจะเห็นแล้วว่าผมรู้แล้วว่าสกาลามูดบอสมันเป็นยังไงนะเพราะผมไปดูลีกมาผมเป็นคนทำลงลีกเรื่องเพลงนิดหน่อยแต่ก็อยู่ดีผมก็อยากเห็นมันอินแอคชั่นเนี่ยเพราะผมเห็นแค่คลิปเดียวที่ว่าบอสมันเป็นยังไง ตอนนี้กูอยากเห็นมากเลยแล้วแบบเราจะได้เห็นยังไงเพราะฉะนั้นอุ้ยกล้องเบลอฮ่าเพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้นะครับเดี๋ยวผมจะลงโค้ดไว้ใน community post ของช่องรองครับคือผมต้องลงช่องโอเคงั้นผมบอกเลยกันข่าวสารทั้งหมดทั้งไม่ว่าจะช่องรองหรือช่องหลักเนี่ยทั้งนิกเกนเชียรี่แล้วก็ไม่สิช่องหลักผมจะลงข่าวอัปเดตข่าวสารก็คือใน Discord ผมนะครับผมใน Discord ซึ่งทุกคนสามารถถ้าจะซึ่งทุกคนสามารถดูได้ในใต้ description ตรงนี้นะครับ Community Discord Server นะครับผมพอกดแล้วมันก็จะมาหน้า Discord ผมนี่ ซึ่งหน้า Discord นั้นผมจะเอาไว้เป็นสำหรับแหล่งอัปเดตข่าวสารช่องหลักนะ เพราะตอนนี้ช่องหลักผมยังลงโพสต์ไม่ได้นะเพราะว่าช่องหลักแม่งวิวน้อยเกินครับคือช่องรองเอาจริงตอนแรกผมสร้างมาเพื่อแบบเพื่อทดสอบตัวเองด้วยแหละว่ามันไม่ใช่หลักเว้ยแล้วเราสามารถทำให้ช่อง YouTube ช่องหนึ่งทำได้วิวเยอะจริงอะถึงแม้นิกเกนเชียรี่จะซับน้อยกว่าช่องผมก็จริงนะครับช่องหลักเรานี่มี100 กว่าซับช่องรองผมมี13 ซับแต่วิวนะครับผมอุ้ยยาด็อกมี10มี10,000 วิวครับผมซึ่งเยอะกว่าช่องเราช่องหลักนะครับผม3,000 วิวแล้วไอ้นี่ช่องเพิ่งเกิดใหม่ด้วยนะเพิ่งเกิดเมื่อ2 ปีที่แล้วที่ผมสร้างขึ้นมาเป็นแอคเคาท์ลองแต่ผมเพิ่งอัปโหลดคลิปจริงๆเนี่ยเมื่อประมาณแค่3 เดือนที่แล้วเองนะครับแล้วได้วิวเยอะกว่าไอ้ช่องเนี้ยที่สร้างมาเป็น6 ปีแล้วเนี่ย เพราะช่องนี้จะเป็นช่องที่แบบผมไม่เน้นแฟนเบสเท่าไหร่ไงช่องรองอ่ะผมจะเน้นแฟนเบสช่องหลักนะครับผมเว้ยผมต้องใส่คาวดาวไว้ด้วยนี่เออเดี๋ยวลืมผมต้องเมื่อกี้เกือบลืมดูเวลาเลยว่ามันมาหรือยังเพราะฉะนั้นเดี๋ยวโค้ดทั้ง3นี้เดี๋ยวผมจะลงใน Community Post ของช่องรองนะผมเตรียมพิมพ์มาไว้แล้วเนี่ยโอเค เนี่ยไอช่องหลักผมมาเน้นแฟนเบสคือช่องหลักผมทำแนวแคชชวลไงแล้วผมทำแบบผมทำอะไรที่ผมอยากทำอ่ะช่องหลักผมทำเป็นงานอดิเรกอ่ะเพราะฉะนั้นผมจะเน้นไม่เน้นตัดต่อเท่าช่องรองคือช่องรองผมเอาจริงช่องหลักผมตัดต่อเยอะกว่าช่องรองแต่เรียกว่าช่องรองผมมีคุณภาพเยอะกว่าช่องหลักแล้วกันนะอะเพราะช่องรองผมจะเป็นช่องที่แบบเน้นวิวนะครับผมดูแล้วทำแนวแต่ละอันนะครับผม คลิกเบสสุดๆ มันไม่คลิกเบสแล้วมันแค่สวยงาม แล้วก็ทำให้คนจอยคลิกได้ impression rate อะไร Data ในช่องรองผมก็ดีกว่านะครับ เพราะว่าช่องหลักผมเน้นน่ะสาเหตุอีกอันน่าจะเป็นเพราะช่องรองผมมันเป็นภาษาอังกฤษด้วยนี่แหละ เพราะว่าเนี่ยผมไปดู analysis มันแล้วคือช่องรองผมอะมันคนอเมริกาดูเยอะกว่าคนไทยเอาจริงมันถ้าจำไม่ผิดนี่ตามชาร์ตนี่คืออเมริกาบราซิลและอีกประเทศหนึ่งอะก่อนอุ้ยเหมือนเขาดีเซ็ตหน้าปกแล้วโอ้นี่ครับผมปกอย่างสวยครับผม ปกบอสสกาลาโมเช่นะครับผมโหอยากเห็นแล้วตื่นเต้นผมตื่นเต้นเพลงด้วยแหละคือเพลงผมได้ยินแค่เฟส 2ไฟนอลเฟส 1เอาจริงผมไม่รู้นะว่าไอ้เฟส 1คลิปเนี้ยมันเป็นไฟนอลหรือเปล่าเพราะผมก็ได้ซอสมาจากไม่แน่ใจเหมือนกันไม่แน่ถ้าผมเพิ่งสังเกตเนี่ยว่า คลิปล่าสุดผมที่ผมไม่ได้ตัดต่อแม้แต่อันเดียวเลยคลิปเนี้ยผมไม่ได้ตัดต่อแม้แต่นิดเดียวนะผมทำแค่ไปครอปทำเนียวจากโมเมนต์หนึ่งในคลิปอะแล้วก็มาใส่แค่นี้แหละโอ้โหได้วิวเป็น400กว่าวิวอีซี่เกินน่าจะเป็นเพราะผมใส่ทำเนียวที่แบบเลือกมาดีแล้วก็ใส่ชื่อดีด้วยแหละ ชื่อมัน represent ทุกอย่างเนี่ยไอคลิปจอยมียักษ์ triple cow นี่มัน ผมไม่น่าใส่ด้านบนนี้เลยว่ะมัน over information ช่างมันช่องแต่ผมจะไลฟ์ช่องนี้เป็นหลักนะคือช่องนี้คือช่องแฟนเบ็ดหลักผมเนี่ยแหละคีเหมือนจะได้เวลากันแล้วอีกแค่1 นาทีผมปิดเขาดาวแล้วนะผมจะได้ไม่ลืมเก็บมันฮ่าตื่นเต้นแล้วเหมือนวันนี้เราจะเจอแซคแล้วนะครับผมคนตาเว่ยบอกพอนะครับไลฟ์เดฟ2 ครั้งติดนะครับวันนี้เราเจอคุณแซคแอคคูล่ากับ voice actor ของไซโนและนาฮิดานะครับซึ่งผมจำไม่ได้ว่าชื่ออะไรเดี๋ยวไปดูในไลฟ์ก็จะรู้นะครับอีกแค่ไม่ถึง2 นาทีอีกแค่1 นาทีเองนะครับตอนนี้ผมอยากเห็นเทรลเลอร์มากเลยและผมอยากเห็นเพลงแล้วด้วยและผมก็อยากเห็นตัวละครนาฮิดาแล้วนะครับทุกคนมันดีจริงๆเลยได้มีคอนเทนต์แล้ว มา เดี๋ยวถ้าไอ้มุมล่างขวาผมนี่มัน7เมื่อไหร่แล้วผมจะลองรีเฟรชนะ เพราะผมว่าเขาน่าจะเซตเป็นสเกจโดไว้หรือเปล่า ไม่แน่ใจของทางโคโยเวิร์ดเขามันน่าจะมาเป๊ะเวลา นี่ผมจ้องแบบจ้องเลขมีดีเลย์นิดหน่อย ผมว่าผมรีเฟรชไปเรื่อยๆดีกว่านะ เพราะว่าไอ้นี่พอขึ้นออนไลน์แล้วมันไม่น่าเชื่อถือ7แล้วโว้ย7แล้วโว้ยเฮ้ย
悪魔が恐れるデビルハンター
stop it
頭のネジがぶっ飛んでるやつだ
ดูไลฟ์เอ็ดดี้เริ่มแล้วนะครับ แต่ไม่เป็นไรเขาคุยกันอยู่ยังไม่เริ่มจริงๆจัง
A little better during this version, and we've still got plenty of Sino coming our way in the upcoming version too.
And I'm sure lots of travelers are super excited to see what version 3.2 has in store for us. So let's jump right in and start with our new version trailer.
Let's
yes.
do it.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. We have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape.
เราจะไปช่วยหรอ
Did I just see something dart by?
โอ้โห
Having the doctor gone benefits him
Oh.
as well as us.
อ้าวดัตทอรี่หนีแล้วเหรอ อุ้ย
Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my
อุ้
own
ย
body.
ชอบเพลงอ่ะ อุ้ยนอน
Hey,
อุ้ยเพลง โอ้โห
make yourself at home.
โอ้โหชอบเพลงจัดเลยยืดติด
But now
ใจ
doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling.
วิเลล่าสวัสดี
Is
การ
it
อยู่
too
บ
late
น
for
ทั้ง
an
สอง
extension? Not now. Stars, shine for me.
อุ้ยสวัสดีเดนโดคิว
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
เสียงใครวะ
So,
อุ้ย
You think this is over?
Wait. No,
หืม
can't.
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world.
อืม
The balladeer has already become a god?
No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of wisdom.
Holy shit
At my command, you shall fall. My endless cycle begins. Your ploy was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
อุ้ย มี
I
ขา
must
ด้วย
admit that I'm a little scared. But I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hitham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Brothers, let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
ชอบซาวด์แทร็กโอ้โห
Wizar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
โอ้
Creating a god. We are using human wisdom to create a god. Let us reenact the scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth
Whoa,
as
what
a
the-
god.
เฮ้ย มูฟเมื่อกี้ไม่เห็นในลีกแล้วนะแต่โคตรเท่เหมือนแบบไฟนอลจัดเลยแบบโอ้โหอื้อหืออุ้ยโค้ดแรกเร็วมาก ตั้งตัวไม่ทันอก SP เดี๋ยวผมไปใส่เองทีหลังนี่แหละ4 2 Z 3 X D W S 6 S T 942 Z 3 X V W H นะครับ เมื่อกี้มีโฆษณาไม่มาขัดกันแต่ไม่เป็นไรครับ โอ้โห เมื่อกี้บอสกาล่ามูดผมชอบซาวด์แทร็กนากิต้ามากกับเมื่อกี้แบบน่ารักเพราะด้วยแต่มูตามวี
So, we've got a lot to unpack from that trailer.
Yeah.
Transition.
After experiencing the Sub-Zero's
Uy,
Festival
exo tayo,
Samsara
no?
and surviving our journey through the desert, we'll finally get to the riveting end of the Sumeru
Exo
Archon
tayo.
quest in version 3.2.
สุดท้ายแล้ว
Picking up right where we left off, the Traveler is teaming up with some amazing characters to face the Academia and rescue Sumeru's Archon.
อุ้ยแซกอ่านหนังสือ
But I'm sure the first thing everyone's wondering is how we're going to save the Dendro Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Nahida's been locked up by the doctor inside the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's not like we can just go walking in there. And on top of that, we're dealing with two of the Fatui Harbingers now. We've got the Balladeer in his super powerful looking boss form, as well as the doctor, who seems to be a real tricky one to predict. I'm not gonna lie, the Traveler really has his hands full with this one.
Yeah, definitely a tricky situation.
Totally. And besides these two Harbingers, we can be sure the Grand Sage will also be on his guard. But hey, with the help of two insiders like Sino and Alhaitham, we might just have a way into the Academia.
Well, as the General Mahamatra, Sino also has his own agenda. After being tracked and predicted by the Academia for all these years, this might just be his chance to settle the score.
And if we're hoping to truly save Sumeru, we'll definitely need the power of the Dendro Archon to help us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how everyone's hard work and coordination plays out.
And I don't know about you guys, but besides saving Nahida, I'm also curious how we're going to save Irminsul. Plus, we still don't know the meaning behind the words that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left us. World, forget me.
Well, travelers will be able to personally unravel the answers to all these questions in their own journeys through version 3.2.
You know, I'm actually kind of curious what the future for Sumeru will be once they get through all of this and, well, you know, what will happen to the crew we've been working with along the way.
Yeah, same. I just hope things will work out for everyone affected by Elazar, like Dunyarzad and Kale. Oh, and we can't forget the desert dwellers who have been mistreated all these years. There's a lot that needs to change for them, too.
Right. So be sure not to miss Chapter 5 of the Archon quest. Akasha pulses, the Kulpa flame rises. It'll be quite the ride, and I hope everyone will enjoy it.
Yeah, and of course, the end of this quest won't be the end of everyone's journey in Sumeru.
Oh.
There's still many puzzles and mysteries waiting to be solved. Whether it's Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Doctor, or the Balladeer, I think there still might be lots of unexpected things waiting to be uncovered.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the storyline, maybe we can talk about that massive mechanical-looking puppet we've seen. That's the god that the Academia has been creating.
Yes.
That's right. And now that you mentioned it, let's talk about the Balladeer boss battle.
มันชื่ออะไรอะผม
This
อยาก
boss
รู้
looks
ชื่อ
tough. The Doctor must have
Shoot
put
the
a lot of his
Balladeer
energy
จริง
into
เหรอ
this.
Yeah,
ชื่อ
the
official
Balladeer
แบบ
has lots of
บท boss
strong and
มา
awesome looking abilities, so why don't we start by checking out some gameplay from the new boss battle?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Woo!
เฟสแรกครับผม เพลงอย่างสุด โอ้โห เฟสแรกแค่ครึ่งท่อน แต่ก็ดูอลังการแล้วผมดูมันมีอะไรบนพื้นเต็มไปหมดอ่ะผมก็ได้งงกันตาย นี่ต้องใช้ทั้งสมองและเซนส์ในการเล่นโอ้โหต่อตัวร่างสองคัดซีนสวยชุดติ้งสตาร์ปักขอบไฟฟ้า ตัวแม่งอย่างสูง เป็นบอสที่ตัวที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในเกมตอนนี้ใหญ่กว่าดาวาลินใหญ่กว่าแอสเตอร์ไฮ
Wow, just look at the size of it. Pretty sure this boss is gonna push travelers to the limit.
Yeah, no kidding. That thing is huge. And come to think of it, this is like the third Fatui Harbinger boss battle we've had. They really keep stepping up the art and design every time. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
This is an ultra powerful puppet we're going up against here. So we're talking huge attacks and epic moves. Let's break it down a bit. In the first phase of the battle, the Balladeer will use his massive arms to attack everyone. The arms are capable of utilizing different elemental powers, and there are several types of abilities, including attacks that create fields of burning or freezing effects on the ground.
Oh, you know what? This fight kind of reminds me of when we fight ruin guards. I think we'll have to come up with a way to paralyze it.
Right. And you might have noticed there are some arcane formations on the ground, so activating those might trigger some interesting effects.
And I bet a lot of people are wondering what that thing is floating next to us. Not gonna lie, it's kind of cute. Oh, maybe it's a Paimon reskin.
Sorry, but no. Not only is it super cute, but it's also super powerful. Travelers will need to charge energy for this little helper and use its special skill to counter the boss in battle.
A helper in a boss fight. Yeah, that's definitely not Paimon.
Definitely not Kusanali.
Once the Balladeer has transformed into this massive form, our usual attacks won't deal any tangible damage to him. So, the only thing capable of breaking through his defenses will be our little helper that we just mentioned. There will even be some moments in the fight where travelers will need to use an aiming mode to attack the boss's weak points.
Oh, who would have guessed that little thing would be so important against a boss the size of the Balladeer?
I know, right? They also use some amazing special effects for all of the Balladeer's moves. Speaking of which, the cosmic appearance, the spacey special effects of his skills really kind of remind me of the writing children's skills.
Ah, you're right. And seriously, I can't wait to check out this new boss fight. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now that we've covered the new boss battle, I think it's time to introduce the first of our new playable characters coming in version 3.2. Let's welcome Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida.
Yay! Finally!
After everything we've experienced in the story so far, I think Nahida's already like a good friend to us. It's seriously so crazy what we've been through.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that, Zach. Okay, so throughout our journey, maybe everyone's already noticed some of the unique, let's call it that, unique metaphors that Nahida likes to use. And yeah, they can be pretty out there. Or sometimes she'll use really childlike language to describe some deep or profound idea. But the truth is, she has yet to set foot in the outside world since she was born.
Oh.
To her, all the knowledge that she has in her mind is like pieces of scenery that she's never seen with her own eyes.
Totally. It's really hard to imagine that the god of wisdom had been locked up for 500 years. It just makes me upset just thinking about it.
500
But I'm sure everything will work out sooner or later.
If travelers would like to spend more time with Nahida, then be sure to check out Nahida's story quest, Sapientia or Mastes chapter. The quest will be available upon completing the Sumeru Archon quest. So be sure to check out the quest to learn more.
It's nice that we'll get to spend more time with her. But I want to see Nahida in battle. What you got for us, Kimberly?
Yes.
Oh, I've got lots to share. But before we get to that, let's have a quick peek at Nahida in action.
Yes.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
มันแอทแทกแพทเทิร์นก็
Grow!
ทุกอย่าง
The Temple of Wisdom!
Wow.
She's so cute!
Look at her.
I love her!
Aw, little Nahida is so cute. I love how she hops around when she's fighting. Oh,
Yes.
and her swing too. So, what's that skill that looks like she's using a viewfinder or something? That seems pretty different.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with her viewfinder-ish kind of skill, which is actually her elemental skill. As a catalyst user, Nahida's combat style is pretty unique. You may cast her elemental skill by tapping the skill button, or you may hold the button to enter an aiming mode. Opponents who are selected while aiming will be linked by Nahida's special mark.
Ooh.
After you trigger elemental reactions on opponents who are linked, and when they take damage from dendro cores, Nahida will unleash Tri-Karma Purification, dealing dendro damage.
Whoa, this is so cool. Yeah, I love how it's like connecting the enemies together.
คล้ายๆ
Outside
เย่
of
หลาน
combat, Nahida can use her elemental skill and enter the aiming mode we just mentioned to interact with
Ooh,
certain
yes.
harvestable items, allowing her to
Yes.
collect items directly to the inventory from a distance.
Whoa,
Way
wait.
too
Being
dank,
able to harvest
bro.
materials like that is gonna be so cool. That'll really save us some time.
Way
Yeah,
too
this
dank.
skill may also have
Ooh.
some additional uses, so travelers will have to give it a try themselves and see.
Ooh,
Mind
okay.
reading.
Nahida's elemental burst is where things get really interesting. Upon unleashing her burst, Nahida manifests the Court of Dreams, expanding a special field.
That's pretty amazing. The effect really does look like some royal court or palace.
Yeah, different effects will be produced based on whether there are pyro, electro, and hydro characters in the party. While Nahida is within the special field, a pyro member in the party will increase the damage of Tri-Karma Purification. An electro party member will decrease the intervals at which Tri-Karma Purification is triggered, and a hydro party member will cause the duration of the field to be increased. If there are at least 2 party members of the elemental types I just mentioned, then the effects will be increased further.
Oh,
This is blowing
damn.
my mind right now. We'll really have to focus
Way
on which
too
effects
dank.
we want to achieve
Oh my.
and put some thought into our team's composition.
Right? A key thing to remember is that these effects can be triggered while Nahida is not on the battlefield,
Of
as long as
course.
the active character remains in the special
Yes,
field
นี่
radius.
รู้ที
Nice. Also, in addition to Nahida, we have one other character joining us in
Layla.
version 3.2.
That's right. She's a very peculiar academia student. Her name is Layla. Most days, she looks super tired and anxious, which seems to be a direct result of her relentless struggle with her studies.
Yeah, and not only is she frail and anxious looking, but she also studies astrology. So it's no wonder people around her might consider her a little strange and mysterious. And even though she's always groaning about her studies, most of Layla's research work is actually fine overall. It's just her lack of confidence that's really holding her back. And that's when her unusual ability comes into play.
And her
What?
ability is sleepwalking.
Yeah. While she is sleeping, Layla unleashes her true self, allowing her to regain the confidence she needs. and activate the talents and strengths she's had all along.
ผม
As
ไม่
soon
รู้
as she starts
อะไรกับ
sleepwalking,
ตัวละคร
her
เลล่า
unfinished
มาก่อน
papers no longer seem like the monumental
รู้แค่ว่า
tasks
มัน
they
สร้าง
were, and she completes them in no time.
This is
เกาะ
definitely
อะไรสัก
something
อย่าง
only Layla can do.
ที่เหลือผมไม่รู้
Our
เลย
viewers shouldn't try to do this with their own homework.
ไม่รู้
But
ด้วย
does
ซ้ำว่าสกิล
Layla
นาง
have any
ทำ
idea
อะไร
what
นะ
happens when she's sleepwalking?
นอกจากแค่สร้าง
I
เกาะ
mean, does she know that she has this ability?
She seems to be aware of it. The papers are obviously full of her handwriting, after all. But there have been some weird instances. For example, once during crunch time while researching, she sleepwalked and climbed the wall of Sawmill, and then randomly bumped into Candace. Such weird occurrences have made her start to wonder what's really going on.
What?
And aside from her sleepwalking, just like any other student, Layla has many typical things that she hopes to achieve, as well as some regrets. She wants to be able to make friends and go out and have fun. But it seems like she'll never be able to do any of that until she graduates.
And actually, I'm guessing that she uses her sleepwalking abilities in combat too, right?
You bet. Let's have a look at Layla in combat.
Sweet.
Even when we're not looking up at the stars, they're always there. Watching us. My guiding stars.
เป็นตัวละคร
Stars, shine for me.
It almost looks like she's sleeping while being protected by the shield.
This shield not only protects Layla, but also creates
Yeah.
night stars while it is active.
Night
When a
stars.
character protected by the shield uses an elemental skill, more night stars will be created. Once 4 night stars have been accumulated, they will transform into homing shooting stars, dealing damage to any opponent's hit.
Ooh.
Ah, night stars. I love how her skills have a starry
Dang, wow.
theme. It ties into her studies.
เฮ้ยถ้าเกิด
Yeah, throughout the
เล่นกับ
skill's
นี่โหล
duration,
อ่ะ
each time a night star is accumulated, the shield strength will increase. This effect can stack up
พอ
to a
นี่โหล
maximum of 4 times.
Whoa.
Layla's
ไม่
elemental
ใช่นี่
burst
นี่โหล
unleashes
ส
a
กิล
dream
มัน
sphere
กดรัว
that
ๆได้ไม่
constantly
ใช่
fires starlight
ไม่รู้
slugs at opponents within its AoE, while also generating night stars for Layla's shield. As a talented Ratawa his student, Layla also comes in handy when crafting. When Layla crafts character talent materials, she has a set
เมื่อ
chance
กี้
to
มัน
receive
ไอดอลแอ
double
นิ
the
เมชัน
buff.
นะ
Ah, nice.
Sweet.
ผมไม่
Anyway, when can travelers expect to see these new characters available in-game?
Great question. That brings us to our new event wishes.
ฮะ
In the
เน
early
ล่า
part of
เฟส
version
2เหรอ
3.2, Nihida and Yoimiya will be available.
เนล่า
In
เฟ
the
ส
later
2
part of the version, we'll be seeing rerun event wishes for Yaemiko and Tartaglia, and Layla will become available for the first time. Also, a new 5-star weapon, 1,000 Floating Dreams, will be appearing in the new weapon event wish.
Oh, nice. By the way, I've heard that Layla's been getting ready recently to participate in Sumeru's Beast Tamer tournament. But
What?
before we get into that, I think it's time for us to take another break. We'll be back with the
Yes.
latest info on events coming in the version update.
So I know what you're thinking. It's time for redemption code. You guys get it?
Boo.
I know.
Oh my god this dad jokes oh my god so อุ้ยยังเทยังเท KS 6 QL 3 YJF CW เต็ม KS 6 QL 3 YJF CW เต็มแฮ่ เฮ้อุ้ย
Welcome back to the version
Oi.
3.2 special program, everyone. Next, we'll take a look at some of the new
free
events for the
Dory.
coming update. An amazing fungus competition is about to begin in the lands of Sumeru. Not only has it attracted local competitors from Sumeru, but also spectators from other nations.
Fungus competition? How does that even work? Aren't fungi dangerous? They're always attacking us in the wild.
I know it sounds a little weird, but you'll love it. In this contest, participants will use a special gadget called a wisdom orb to catch and train their fungi and participate in battle events. Although the fungi often pose as little troublemakers for us in the wild, using this gadget will allow travelers to establish a certain level of communication with them.
Okay, so if I catch and train a jade plume terror shroom, then I should be pretty much unstoppable, right?
Oh no, come on, that wouldn't be fair.
In this event, travelers will be able to sneak up on fungi in some certain areas to catch them. Unfortunately, the Jade Plume Terror Shroom is not one of those areas, Kimberly.
Aww.
If you end up startling them, they'll flee until they are outside a set distance.
After catching different kinds of fungi, you can follow Paimon's suggestion and give them cute names. But most importantly, you will have to train your fungi.
That sounds fun.
Travelers will have to use special floral jelly ingredients to mix and form blends that your fungi enjoy and unlock their true potential. While mixing ingredients, you use copy, switch, and rotate functions, and place a preset formula you have in the corresponding spot.
Oh,
This look kind of
like
filmy.
jelly. I bet Paimon's gonna be all over that.
Hey, Paimon wouldn't ever do that!
Well, I can tell why you didn't book that role.
And with all these different kinds of fungi, they should have different abilities, right?
Yeah, so to work on their abilities, we'll use something called the Special Training Mode. In this mode, there will be 2 challenge types, Coordinated Assaults and Zone Defense. Travelers will be able to command their fungi's abilities, have them coordinate their attacks against a single target, and control them to defend the ley line monolith.
Oh, they're so cute. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. As for the rewards, in addition to Primo Gems and various materials, once travelers have reached a certain phase of the event, they will also be able to summon the great and almighty merchant, Dory.
And Layla will be appearing in the event storyline, as well as a familiar visitor from another nation. Any idea who it could be?
Supposedly a fun guy.
Okay, I see what you did there. I respect it.
Dies off
Let's
cringe.
leave that for travelers to discover themselves in the event.
Come on, guys, fun guy.
Okay, next up we have a change of pace with an all-new Trials event. For this event, travelers will have to use characters' special abilities to complete specific objectives. For example, you may have to knock slimes into the goal by triggering an overloaded reaction with Yen Phase and Klee's attacks, or use Yelan's elemental skill to move quickly and dodge giant pinballs. Here are some others. Use Xiao's plunging attack to send platforms back to the ground, or use Beto's elemental skill to hit the ball.
This sounds like some pretty unusual training.
Yeah, and to make things even more interesting, this event will support co-op gameplay.
This sounds like it'll be a lot of fun to watch. But what about objectives for characters that maybe we haven't unlocked yet?
No worries, we got you covered. All the corresponding characters will be provided as trial characters in the challenges.
Perfect.
In addition to these events, version 3.2 will also feature an event for our players to put their skills to the test. This time, we'll have a new edition of the Hypostatic Symphony event.
Nice. So, what changes can travelers expect this time around?
The most notable change, of course, will be the addition of the new Dendro Hypostasis. That's right, the last member of the Hypostasis family will be officially landing in version 3.2. Besides serving as a new open-world boss, the Dendro Hypostasis will also be busy performing alongside its fellow Hypostases in the Hypostatic Symphony event.
This time around, travelers will be facing challenges featuring the Dendro, Cryo, Pyro, and Hydro Hypostases. Before each challenge, travelers may select a buff effect to use. However, as you increase the difficulty, the number of uses will decrease and the enemies will become more challenging. So it'll be super important for travelers to plan the right moment to use these effects.
So what options do we have once we run out of buffs?
Travelers will still be able to use food and potions from their inventory, If you're aiming to just collect all the Primogem rewards, then don't worry. You won't need to up the difficulty too much.
Okay, good to know. Whew.
I, for one,
Hypostasis
will
on
definitely
steroid
not be
be
upping the
like.
difficulty. And just like before, you may tackle the challenges together with your friends once they have joined your world.
Great. We can help each other out.
Oh yeah.
Now that we've covered the challenge event, let's take a quick look at a couple more casual events coming our way in the new update.
Yes casual
First,
event
we'll be finding inspiration for an illustrator in the
Again.
Outside the Canvas Inside the Lens event. And once again, we'll be working together with Lieben in Marvelous Merchandise. It's also worth mentioning here that some optimizations have been made for the photo event this time around.
Oh.
Everyone will be able to select from some preset angles and can make use of the rotate and focus functions to take better pictures.
That's great.
While you're out taking pictures, you may run into some interesting storylines along the way. So be sure not to miss Outside the Canvas Inside the Lens.
Interesting
Man, I love these kinds of events. Sign me up.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh.
In addition to all these new events, we also have some news on system-related
Update.
updates and optimizations. I'm really excited about the first of these, which is regarding the Serenity Pot.
Yes.
Starting with version 3.2, the Serenity Pot will be adding the long-awaited replication system.
Wow, that's super amazing.
Oh.
Yeah. This feature will allow travelers to use sharing codes to bring designs from other travelers' teapots and implement them in their own, or share their own teapot designs. I know there may be some travelers out there
Yes.
who have seen some amazing teapot
Yes.
designs that they've wanted to also create themselves, but didn't have the ability or time to make it. With this new function, travelers will be able to bring that creativity back to their own teapot or share their creativity with others.
Get ready to hit up your friends with amazing teapot skills.
Yes.
I can't wait to see everyone sharing their designs, especially with me.
Which brings us to our final update to share with everyone. This one is regarding the game's available languages. Starting with version 3.3, which will be the update following this one, Genshin Impact will be adding Turkish and Italian to the game language settings. So, players
Nice.
who prefer to see the game's text and UI in those languages can look forward to that.
The team truly hopes that travelers from all over the world can enjoy the game and start their own journeys through the world of Teyvat.
For further details, please check Genshin Impact's official channels and keep an eye out for future announcements and info.
Wow, we've covered a ton of stuff. Seriously, it's a lot to take in.
For sure. So now is probably a great time for our last redemption code.
What?
Oh yeah, let's
so
go.
fast เร็วจังเลย เร็วจังเลยนี่ GS 6 R L K G K W U B R เร็วจังเลยนี่เพิ่งครึ่งชั่วโมงเองนี่เอ๊ะโอ้ไม่มีอะไรเกี่ยวกับอนิเมะเลยหรอเกนชินไม่มีอะไรแบบไฮป์มีเลยนี่มันคล้ายๆแค่ฟิลเลอร์อัปเดตแต่ก็ไม่เชิงอ่ะเพราะมันมีบอส weekly boss ใหม่อะแต่ก็อยู่ดีแหละแล้วก็มีอาร์คอนเควสอะแต่มันก็มี more stuff please more stuff please
Well, everyone, I think we've covered just about everything coming our way in version 3.2, which means we've arrived at the end of our special program.
This was fun.
อาร์ตสวย
Yeah, no, we covered a ton of stuff.
So much stuff.
Yeah. So many events too. But the thing that I'm most excited about is, of course, Nahida playable character, Nahida playable character, Nahida playable character.
Obviously.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely the Balladeer. Dude, it looks so insane.
Yes.
I have no idea how I'm gonna
Yes.
do that.
ตื่นเต้นกับไอ้บอสใหม่
Yeah, no, for me, oh my gosh. So many things. Battling the Dendro hypostasis, and of course, the fabulous fungus frenzy. Getting my little fungi and battling with them.
อีเวนต์โปเกมอนนะ
You know, the teapot, the Serena teapot, I'm so behind on my teapot, so I can't wait to get some designs from others, or at least, get some inspiration from getting
ที่
another
เล่นของ
plot
ออฟได้
design.
น่าสนใจดูคล้ายๆ
And
แบบ
just
บิน
as we
บู
mentioned
เก่า
earlier, even though the Sumeru Archon quest will be reaching its final chapter here, it most definitely won't be the end of our journey in Sumeru. In our story this time, we'll be encountering some interesting and mysterious content, and I hope it will be an amazing experience for all of our travelers. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon be with all of you.
See you in game, everyone.
บายบาย
See.
ตัดจบอย่างจี้เลยเหรอ โอเค โอเค และนี่คือโค้ดนะครับทุกคน เดี๋ยวผมลงในคอมมูนิตี้เลยนะครับ จัดไปเรียบร้อย โอเค งั้น ไลฟ์นี้ผมจบแค่นี้แหละละกันนะ ขอบคุณที่รับชมนะครับบายบาย เจอกันใหม่ ไม่รู้สิเจอกันใหม่ตอนไหนอะแน่นอนก็คือตอนนาฮิดามาแล้วผมสุ่มนาฮิดานั่นคือแน่นอนผมน่าจะมาไลฟ์แต่อาจจะมีไลฟ์ระหว่างนั้นหรือเปล่าไม่รู้พรุ่งนี้ไม่น่ามีไลฟ์มั้งโอเคงั้นบายบาย
From that first day that we met back then, I always knew that I would be on your team.